His Excellency the Hon'ble Governor is paying floral tribute to Bhagwan Birsa Munda on the August occasion. Now my humble request to His Excellency the Hon'ble Governor of West Bengal, Dr. C.V. Anand Bose, kindly come to the dais and say a few words about this August occasion.
My very dear friends from Jharkhand and distinguished guests and colleagues. First of all, let me pay my respectful homage to Bhagwan Birsa Munda, patriot, revolutionary and sage, who has really left an indelible impression in the annals of history. We are celebrating the Jharkhand Foundation Day today. At the outset, let me inform my friends from Jharkhand and also my colleagues who are assembled here to commemorate the birth anniversary of Bhagwan Birsa Munda. The Raj Bhavan has decided to institute Birsa Munda Puraskar to 250 tribal children as a scholarship scheme. I would also like to add that this Birsa Munda Puraskar will be confined not only to the tribal children of Bengal, we will also extend it to a few children from Jharkhand. We are very happy to share the joy of the people of Jharkhand on this Foundation Day. You know, Jharkhand is known for its great heritage and culture in sports and arts. It is also known for the rich natural resources. As it is rightly pointed out here, almost 40% of India's natural resources come from Jharkhand. So it's a rich state, rich in tradition, rich in heritage, rich in natural resources, and rich in flora and fauna. A very gifted state. You know, Birsa Munda, Bhagwan Birsa Munda has established that the inner strength of the people, tribal people, the Janjadiya, the tribal people of India, is no match to the military power of anybody, but it surpasses that. When I think of Birsa Munda and his rebellion, successful rebellion, which resulted in the passing of the Tenancy Act in that area by the British government, and also the great rebellion which he led, and also the faith, the new faith that he established, devoid of superstition. Birsa Munda has highlighted the greatness of the tribal culture, the gravitas of the native culture. Here, there is a novel, Emperor Jones, Eugene O'Neill, the Nobel laureate. In Emperor Jones, the hero Brutus Jones, who is a black man, who is a tribal, he feels that his acquired culture from New York and Washington is superior to his tribal culture. But when he is exposed in a forest alone, all his acquired culture deserts him, and his native innate culture, the tribal culture, asserts. That is the superiority of the native culture. Birsa Munda made people take delight in the native culture and proved beyond doubt that the tribal culture is a superior culture which could make the colonial powers come to a standstill. That is the greatness of Munda. I am told about many traditions which are prevalent particularly among the Santalis tribals. You know, when a young man becomes a youth, he is subject to some test of strength. One day, a young man was tied to a tree in the deep forest. The forest is full of wild animals. Throughout the night, the young man has to remain there, tied to a tree. All the wild animals are making noises there, frightening noises. At one stage, the young man thought, how could the tribal elders, the tribal chief and others do this to me, tying me down on a tree with wild animals walking all around? In a moment of frustration, he thought, how can my father of all the people, how can my father allow this to happen, tying me to a tree among wild animals? He was very desperate, was very frustrated. Then the daybreak he saw. When the sun started coming in, he saw that near him throughout the night, his father was standing guard with a raised up axe. And behind the father, the tribal elders were there with drawn swords to protect him. That is the type of protection the tribal society gives to its youngsters. This greatness of a culture is to be understood and appreciated. India owes much to the young state of Jharkhand in the field of sports, in the field of arts, in the various fields. Jharkhand is standing on top of the other states, and we are proud of that. I can only say at this moment, people of Jharkhand, we respect you.